Hi everyone, welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I will be your instructor today for some speaking. Speaking part 1 and 2 to be more specific. Our materials are coming from our websites, aehelp.com for academic IELTS. That's academicenglishhelp.com, where we've got lots of practice exams, interactive strategies, materials, courses, and over 100 hours of video lessons. For general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com if you would like to get our exam books in a beautiful paperback format. You can purchase our books from Amazon. Just search for AE Helps Academic IELTS or GE Helps General IELTS. Hi everyone. Hi students who are joining in. Hi Adem Atis. Hi Gona Omer Abdul Rahman. Hi Bibas Tapa. Hi Jubilant James. Good to see you in class as always. Hi Pachu Yadav. Nice to see you as well. If you have questions about IELTS or products, you can always send me an email, adrian@aehelp.com. That's my name at aehelp.com. All right, so our schedule is according to Central European time. I'm broadcasting to you from beautiful Budapest, Hungary, and the time is 15 to 16 o'clock CET. You can type that into Google and figure out the time zone difference. Today, part 1 and part 2 speaking. We'll do some practice. As I'm saying the questions and the answers, ladies and gentlemen, please repeat me nice and loud, okay? Do some repetition work. Try to copy my pronunciation. Try to copy my intonation, my enunciation as much as possible. My English is West Coast North American. So if you're wondering, people in Vancouver, Seattle, San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego, they have a very similar style of English as me and a very similar pronunciation. So repeat, repeat, repeat. It is one of the most easily understood pronunciations of English or accents of English in the world. So it's a nice one to try to copy and mimic. All right, ladies and gents, tomorrow we will do a task 2. That's a members chat requested class. Our YouTube channel members can request classes, can get access to our practice exams and exclusive videos. So there's some nice perks there for you. We have no class on the 18th, 19th, 20th, but we are working on releasing some new videos for you in HD. There will be one coming later today, a speaking interview example with a Brazilian candidate. So make sure to check out that video. If it comes out when it's late in your country, you'll be able to see it tomorrow morning when you wake up. So look for that new video coming soon, and that will be a full version lesson and video for everyone to enjoy. All right, let's get right into it. So here is a typical question set for part 1. Hi, Naveen. Hi, Ed Nelson Lima. Good to see a couple of members jumping in on board as well. All right, so let's get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure for some of you, speaking is very familiar, the speaking interview in IELTS. For some of you, it's maybe brand new. So just a quick overview. Speaking in the IELTS, it happens usually on a different day than the reading, writing, listening sections. Those all happen at once. That's about 3 hours. The speaking is a face-to-face interview, and that takes about roughly 12 minutes from start to finish, okay? Now, there is an internet-based version of IELTS that's becoming more and more popular, but IELTS decided to keep the speaking interview the same. So that will always be in-person, face-to-face interview, okay? Just because IELTS, and I agree with them, they do not believe that you can accurately measure a person's speaking ability through a computer, okay? There's too many ways to cheat. There's too many awkward situations. So that will stay face-to-face. All right. So 12 minutes. In the 12 minutes, there are 3 parts to the speaking. Part 1, the examiner will ask a couple of questions to get to know you and some questions on a general topic, on an everyday sort of topic. Then there will be part 2 where you have a flashcard or a cue card with 4 or 5 questions on it. You will have 1 minute to read those questions. It will be on one topic, one controlling idea. Then you will have 2 minutes to speak. And then you have a part 3, which is about another 5, 6 questions connected to part 2. They're more detailed. They demand a higher level of English. So the speaking does get more and more difficult as you go along, generally speaking, okay? So this is part 1. We'll get right into it now. I'm your examiner. So my name is Adrian. Welcome to the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. You should imagine and think about me as your grandfather. Now, they won't tell you that in the official IELTS. That would be really weird. But I'm telling you to think about me as your grandpa. So speak loud and clear. I have bad hearing. I don't know what you know. I come from a different culture. I'm a different generation. So explain in detail and clearly. All right. Welcome to the IELTS exam. May I see your identification, please? Okay, thank you. I'll put it to the side here and give it back to you once the interview is finished. What is your full name? So what is your full name? This is the question that you will be asked first. Now, go ahead, students, type in your answers. So what is your full name? I'll type in my answer at the same time. I know some of you are well practiced in here. So the answer, a good answer here is my family name is Smith, and my given name is Adrian, but my friends refer to me as AD. Please call me by my nickname. All right, so this is a really fancy one that I decided to throw up there for you, but it definitely shows a high level of fluency and familiarity with the English language right away. Jubilant says, my family name is Granger. I missed that, Jubilant. It looked funny. Maybe I'll scroll back and try to catch what you wrote there. It looked like a funny, interesting answer. Let me see if I can catch that again. So you said, my family name is Granger and my given name is Hermione. Please just address me as Miss Who Knows It All. Yep. You probably wouldn't want to actually say that, Jubilant, but it's very nice, the way that you express it. It's good, okay? Prajim Lama says, my surname is Sherpa and my given name is Anshayan. Please call me Ansha, okay, or something like that. So Prajim, express what you want the examiner to refer to you as during the exam. But otherwise, it's good, okay? All right. So again, here's a fancy one. Just repeat after me. My family name is Smith, and my given name is Adrian, but my friends call me or refer to me as AD. Please call me by my nickname AD. Okay? All right. And then they'll ask you another kind of icebreaker question to get to know you a little bit better, make you feel comfortable. It's a question that IELTS feels that 99 out of 100 students should understand. Do you have a regular hobby? So what's a good answer to this one? And all of the questions today are original questions. These are the first time you will see these because we drafted these questions yesterday. So do you have a regular hobby? What is a good answer to this question? Do you have a regular hobby? All right. A lot of chatter going on, girls and guys. Get focused. Come on, stay focused. Binda Jat Sarpanch says, yes, I do regular hobby. A little bit of a grammar mistake there. Binda, yes, I do have a regular hobby, and then tell me what it is. Baljit says, yes, I go to the gym 6 times a week in the evenings. Baljit, that's good, but always directly answer the question, okay? So state that, yes, my hobby is exercise or working out. I go to the gym 6 times a week in the evenings between 6 and 8 p.m. Okay, and that's a much better answer. All right, nice of you to put that quantitative piece in there. Good evening, Farhim. Good to see another member jumping in. Sajad Ali says, actually, I don't have a regular hobby right now because I'm busy studying for exams. That's a good answer, but notice how I corrected and I put in that piece of I don't have a regular hobby. Make sure to directly answer these questions, okay? So, do you have a regular hobby? Yes. My hobby is to exercise or go work out at least 6 times a week in the evenings between 7 and 9 p.m. Okay? So, repeat after me nice and loud. Do you have a regular hobby? Yes, my hobby is to exercise or working out at least 6 times a week in the evenings between 7 and 9 p.m. Okay? Again, Bobby, one-word answers will not get you high scores, even if you have good English. So even if you say drinking in a perfect way, it's just not going to get high scores. And you think that might be funny because drinking's your hobby and you love drinking beer. And you know what? Hey, a lot of people do. And that's okay. If your hobby is drinking beer with your buddies, that's fine. It's not a bad answer. Just make sure you give it as a good answer. So say, my hobby is drinking beers. I love tasting different kinds of beers from around the world, and I go out at least 4 times a week with my buddies to drink a 6-pack in the evening. Great answer. You'll get a 9 for that, even if the examiners don't judge what you say, but they do judge how you say it, okay? Of course, don't be rude. It's okay to be funny or strange or maybe socially a little bit unacceptable, but don't be rude, okay? That's the key. All right, so my tip number 1 for your strategy here, and I'll add it at the end of the question this time, is answer questions directly. Okay, I'll put the stars in front of it there so you know that it's a tip. Answer questions directly, okay? Which means use the question in your answer. Okay, so here, I at least use the word hobby. And even better, my regular. Okay, might as well throw it in there. All right, my regular hobby is to go exercise. So use that in your answer. All right, let's keep going. So now the examiner will say something along the lines, depending on what the topic is. Let's talk about, and then let's talk about chores, okay? It's very important that you focus on this word and really try to understand this word because that is the topic for the next 5, 6 questions, okay? So here, we're talking about chores. Chores are, of course, regular household tasks, okay? And as soon as you hear that, you should immediately think of ideas connected to those household tasks. So the question here, what are household chores you do every day? Ladies and gentlemen, repeat, okay? What are household chores you do every day? Naveen, if you don't know the meaning of the word, Naveen Kumar, one of our members, is asking, what if I don't know this word, chores? Will I be in trouble? Yeah, probably a little bit, but don't panic. Pay attention. The questions usually will give you a hint. What are household something you do every day? If you know the word household, you do every day, you can probably figure out the meaning of chores. Okay? So Naveen, good question. Pay attention to the content, the context of other words. You should be able to figure out the topic from the first couple of questions. Okay? Farheen Bagoom says, yes, reading novels, helping art and craft, making delicious food for my kids. Okay, cooking is a kind of a chore, Farheen. Reading novels is not. Baljit says, cooking, dusting, cleaning. That's right, Baljit. Household gives the hint to what we're talking about here. Jubilant, nice long answer. The daily household chores which I carry out are dusting, sweeping, washing dishes, and preparing meals. This very morning, I began my day preparing meals for all 5 of my family members. Very good, Jubilant. Nicely bringing in that real-world example. Good. Okay? Very good. Amna says the dishes, ironing clothes, and doing the laundry. Very good. Jeffrey, good to see you jumping into class as well. The chore I do daily is mopping the floor after my sister has done the sweeping, okay, or had done the sweeping. That's where, Jeffrey, you could throw in a really nice past perfect, all right? So, well, some household duties that I carry out daily include washing the dishes, putting away my clothes, and taking out the garbage. Like this morning, before I came to the exam, I took out the trash on my way to catch the bus. All right. So, ladies and gents, of course, I'm always pushing you for those Band 8, Band 9 answers, for that really nice, not just really nice English grammar, vocabulary, but also that really high-level communication where you're very clearly communicating your ideas and coming up with real-world, visible examples to support them. So what are household chores you do every day? Repeat after me. Well, some household duties that I carry out daily include washing the dishes, putting away my clothes, and taking out the garbage. Like this morning, before I came to the exam, I took out the trash on my way to catch the bus. Okay, again, repeat me nice and loud. So Kun Kum is asking a question. If I answer this, so Kun Kum is asking us, if I answer this as usually, it depends on my parents whether they are home or not. Yeah, Kung, it's okay to lead in like that. Usually, it depends on my parents whether they are home or not. If they are at home, I will always do the dishes. If not, then I might leave them for the next day. Kung Kam, that's okay. Just don't get yourself into trouble expressing what you want to say, okay? All right. So what's the strategy here that I'm really pointing out to you? There's 2. Okay, so 2 kind of important strategies with this one. Number 1, paraphrase elements of the question when you can. Okay, paraphrasing means to say the same word in different ways. So here, what are household chores you do every day? Notice in my answer, instead of chores, I say duties. Okay. Duties, another way to say that is responsibilities. So chores are responsibilities, they're duties, you have to do them. And instead of saying every day, I use another synonym here of daily. Okay? Using these synonyms, paraphrasing, your IELTS score will go upwards and up and beyond into 8 and 9 category. And then, of course, the other really important piece that I'm showing you here is to include specific visible examples third time lucky. Visible examples whenever possible. Okay, so you should always throw those in there. They make, again, your response much more clear, much more coherent, and your scores go up. A lot of students, they tend to kind of repeat the same idea. Make sure not to do that. Instead, say an example. So here, notice how I avoid saying for example. It's okay to say for example, but sometimes it's just nice to avoid it. Like this morning, before I came to the exam, I took out the trash on my way to catch the bus. All right, here we go. Next question. Which chore is your least favorite and why? Okay, again, repeat after me nice and loud. Which chore is your favorite and why? No, you should not say so on and so forth, Kunkam. That's not good. Okay, it has no meaning. So any word, expression that has no meaning to a listener, by the way, side note, in the writing to your reader, you should avoid using. So words like stuff or things or etc. or so on and so forth, those are not good. Deep Brar says, okay, just a sec, Deep Brar, I'll go back and catch your response here. So Deep Brar says, actually, I don't like cooking at all because I think cooking takes a lot of time, and working for hours in the kitchen just irritates me. Working for hours in the kitchen, Deep Brar. Using the progressive form there is a little bit better, okay? Parminder Singh says, well, I'm always in gripes when my mom requests me to clean my room because it is physically demanding, especially since we don't have a vacuum cleaner. So I have to collect the garbage by hand and use a small broom. Okay, just a little bit of addition and correction there, Parminder. Okay, let's see. Yes, Baljit, least favorite, the one that you like the least, all right? Murasa Baraki says, that's a very interesting question. Just give me a moment to collect my thoughts. Well, my least favorite duty is cleaning my bedroom because it takes a lot of my time. And personally, I like my messy room. I know where everything is, and it doesn't bother me at all. Murasa, that's also very good, all right? So good start. Just want to finish that up. All right, Jubilant takes a different approach. There is no household chore that you don't like to do. That's okay. Just be careful if you take that approach. Okay? All right, some good questions there. Deepunder says, I didn't understand the question clearly. Can you please repeat it, sir? You can say that, Dependra. You can say that, and I will repeat the question. Which chore is your least favorite, and why? It's a polite way of saying which chore do you not like. The household responsibility that I least like doing is cooking, because I'm not very good at it, and it's also time consuming. Last week, I was making spaghetti for over an hour, and I ended up scalding my hands with hot water. All right, so again, don't forget those examples. Repeat after me. The household responsibility that I least like doing is cooking because I'm not very good at it, and it's also time consuming. Last week, I was making spaghetti for over an hour, and I ended up scalding my hands with hot water. All right? Very visible. Notice the connections there. Notice the complex language, cause and effect. You should always answer that, even if you don't hear the why question, okay? So a hint here, connect your ideas. Connect your ideas. Use coordinating, correlative, and subordinating conjunctions. Okay? Now, let's take a look at the next question. Why is it important to do household cleaning? Scalding. Thanks for that correction, Jubilant. Yes, scolding would be to punish. Scalding. All right. Means burning my hands. All right. So, next question. Repeat nice and loud. Why is it important to do household cleaning? Why is that important? Why should we clean our home? Okay, now in the IELTS, they're not going to tell you the question in different ways. It will be only that one way. It's a very strict rule for the IELTS examiner to not say the question in different ways. Of course, that would be helping the student understand more easily the question. So, why is it important to do household cleaning? Keep it simple. Think about what 9 out of 10 people would say. Shaima Bio says, to avoid disease and staying in a healthy, powerful, and cleaning home, psychological, important. Okay, Shaima, you cannot put that many ideas into 15 words in a sentence. You got to break it out. So, cleaning the house makes sure that there are less germs. It allows us to stay healthy as well. Keeping the house clean and organized is good for thinking and development. Okay, so you have to break that out. You can't just try to push a whole bunch of ideas into one sentence. Naveen says, well, firstly, it's one's onus to keep their house clean. And secondly, it often makes people feel content when their surroundings are clean and organized. Good, Naveen. Not cleansed. Cleansed is a little bit different. It's clean, okay? Jeffrey says, well, I think a neat home has a direct connection to health of the residents or of its residents. You don't need to say the residents inside. Just keep it simple, of its residents, okay? All right, now if you really want me to push you to that band 9, well, here we go. It is certainly important for people to keep their homes clean for both mental and physical well-being. Living in a hygienic environment ensures that the residents do not contract various types of illness. Also, being organized is a good way to maintain a positive mood. As the saying goes, cleanliness is closest to godliness. Okay, now I advise you be very careful if you put a saying into your response. You have to be 100% sure that you've used it correctly. Otherwise, it can be very awkward and your score will go down. So don't use idioms or expressions unless you're 1,000% percent sure that you're using them correctly. It's generally best to avoid it, okay? All right, so again, I'm pushing you for a band 9. This is, again, what you would call an expert user of English. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that a band 9 in IELTS means an expert user of English, not a native speaker of English. Not all native speakers would think of an answer like this for this question, okay? And they might not get a band 9. They might only get a 7 or an 8. A 7 is a good user of English. An 8 is a very good user of English. A 6 is a fluent user of English. Okay? So a band 9 is an expert user. That's somebody that's going to be able to use high-level vocabulary, very well connected with very accurate communication. Here we go. Repeat after me. It is certainly important for people to keep their homes clean for both mental and physical well-being. Living in a hygienic environment ensures that the residents do not contract various types of illness. Also, being organized is a good way to maintain a positive mood. As the saying goes, cleanliness is closest to godliness. Okay? So, hygienic means that it's clean, means that it's sanitary. So disinfected. It's not full of germs. Okay, here we go. Next question. If you could buy an item to help do housework, what would it be? That's kind of a fun one. This is where you might want to start off with a leading expression to buy you a little bit of time, such as... that's an interesting question. Please give me a moment to think, and then take a moment to think. So use a leading expression to buy some time. All right. So, let's see. Deep Brar says, I will just buy a robot to complete my household chores. I think this will help my mother a lot. Robots can do work in a few minutes, which we do in hours. I wish I could buy one. It's a clever answer. Yeah, why not? Just have a robot that does everything for you. Be specific. Robot has a lot of different concepts behind it, so I'll talk to you about that in a minute here. Duxil says, if I could purchase an item to assist my household cleaning efforts, it would be a vacuum cleaner, as it has now become a valuable tool for cleaning dirt and dust. Daxil, nice answer. A couple of corrections there. Pay attention. Pradeep, vacuum cleaner, just 2 words, will not get you a high band, okay? Even though it's good that you know the word, you need to put that into a good sentence, okay? Rathma Tomley says, definitely it would be a dishwasher because washing dishes is not an easy one. It's always irritating my hands and it's very time consuming. Not only that, but a dishwasher washes at high heat, so it's more sanitary and uses less water, Rathna, contrary to popular belief. Some people think dishwashers use more water than traditional methods, but in fact they use less water. All right. So to be honest, I don't like washing clothes by hand, so I would buy a washing machine. All right, good. Baljit says, well, I remember last month when I went to a tech show, I saw a smart dish cleaner robot. I think buying it for the future will save me a lot of time and effort. Very good, Baljit. Notice the corrections there. Baljit, that was a little bit better because you told me what kind of a robot you would buy. There are a lot of different kinds of robots, ladies and gentlemen, so you need to be clear. And I think the first couple students that said they want a robot, more specifically, you were talking about an android or a humanoid robot. So one that's like a human that has limbs, arms, and hands and can move around, pick things up, put them away, and do a lot of different tasks. So including that detail will get you a good score. So that's an interesting question. Please give me a moment to think. Well, I suppose if I could buy any item to give a hand with chores, it would be an android, a humanoid robot, which in essence could do any task that needs to be done. However, I don't think this is realistic just yet. Hopefully, in the near future. All right, there are definitely a couple companies working on that. Okay, so notice the strategies here, ladies and gents. First of all, I'm buying some time to think about an answer. Hey, if you can think of the dishwasher, the vacuum cleaner right away, great, use it. If not, buy time with a leading expression. That's an interesting question. Please give me a moment to think. Well, I suppose if I could buy any item to give a hand with chores, it would be an android, a humanoid robot, which in essence could do any task that needs to be done. However, I don't think this is realistic just yet, hopefully in the near future. Okay, repeat that. And again, the key points here, use leading expressions. That's number one. Number two, use the full grammar of the question. Okay, notice, students, that this question is a conditional. Okay, the original question is if you could buy an item, any item to, sorry, that should be an any there. Any item to help do housework, what would it be? Okay, that's a conditional, if you could. So right away, you need to think that, okay, I have to include the conditional, the full conditional in my answer. If I could buy any item to give a hand with chores, it would be. Okay, if I could, it would be. Reflect the grammar of the question. Okay? All right. All right, here we go. So, Baljeet, don't worry. If you have to go, this video will be available on the channel later on today, okay? So these videos go up on our channel for a while. Here we go, ladies and gents. Last question for part one. Remember all the strategies we've talked about. Reflect the grammar of the question. Buy time if you need to. Give an example if you can. It's very important. Use connections. Connect your ideas, your sentences. Here we go. Last question for part one. Have the way you do any chores changed over the past years? So have the way you do any chores changed over the past years? All right? Pay attention to the grammar here. Make sure to put that into your response. All right? Let's see what you can come up with. I'm giving you a second here. I'm giving you a minute to come up with your own answer. Thanks, Harmeet. Don't pay too much attention to people squabbling with each other. They're wasting their own time. If it gets out of hand, I'll just boot them off the channel, but I haven't seen anything that jumps out at me yet, although I did see some students chatting in non-English, so Binda, please change to English, or I will have to remove you from the channel. Thank you. Okay. All right. So let's go, students. Get focused on class here. All right. Mohammed says, yes, I have changed some of my household tasks from around 4 years ago. One of them is cooking. During the last 4 years, I've been following a diet, but now I'm no longer doing this, so I'm eating everything that is delicious. Good, Mohammed. So cooking, changing your cooking style, how you cook, what you cook, that can be a change in your household chores. Okay. Naveen says, well, I don't think there has been much change in my chores over the years. Good, Naveen, and then keep going with it because I have all of the same machines as I had years ago, like a vacuum cleaner and a dishwasher, and I haven't really changed the way that I do these tasks. Okay. All right. Anil says, yes, recently I have changed the way I wash my clothes because I purchased a new washing machine. Very good, Anil. And the positive answer is fairly easy. It's usually easier than saying no, even if you have to make it up. And the washing machine is a good one, okay? So if you used to wash your clothes by hand and now you have a machine, that's a great one to focus in on, okay? And then you can give us a brief opinion about it. I'm really happy with this as it's saving time and my clothes are cleaner. Okay. Murasa says, yes, advanced technology has changed the way I do my household chores. Okay, Murasa, make sure you connect it to yourself. I mean, my. Shanu, good to see you there. Yes, certainly there are some ways that I have changed doing chores. For instance, dishes. These days I'm using a dishwasher, which really helps free up my time so I can focus on my family and other tasks. Notice those changes and updates there, Shanu. All right, so yes, there have been some changes in the way I do my housework these days compared to a few years back. For instance, recently I purchased a new new washing machine. And not so long ago, I used to wash my clothes by hand. I'm very happy about this because not only are my clothes cleaner, but I also have much more time to invest elsewhere. All right. So some good answers there. Again, reflect the present perfect in your answer. Give an example whenever possible. Include some nice connections. Notice the not only but also. So not only are my clothes cleaner, but also I have more time. Okay, here we go. Repetition. Repeat this last question after me, ladies and gents. So, yes, there have been some changes in the way I do my housework these days compared to a few years back. For instance, recently I purchased a new washing machine, and not so long ago, I used to wash my clothes by hand. I'm very happy about this because not only are my clothes cleaner, but I also have much more time to invest elsewhere. Okay, good job, students, on part 1. Now, the examiner will say, that is the end of part 1. Now I will ask you, that is the end of part 1. Now I will give you a card with some questions on it. Please don't turn it over. I will tell you when to start, when to stop. You will have 1 minute to prepare your answer, read the questions, think about what you're going to say. You may take notes if you wish. Then you will have 2 minutes to speak. Are you ready? You say, yes, I am. And then you say, okay, turn over the card. Your 1 minute preparation time begins now. So You turn over the card and voila. These are the questions that you see. Talk about a business idea that you have had. What was the idea? Where did the idea come from? How can this idea impact people? What do or did you need to make this idea a reality? You will have 1 to 2 minutes to talk about this topic. You will have 1 minute to prepare what you are going to say. Okay, ladies and gents. What's your first step here? You have 1 minute to prepare your answer. What should you do? What do you need to do? It's not that tough, Prajim, as long as you approach it well. And I think some of you might be panicking at this point. Some of you might be thinking, hey, I've never really had a business idea. I've never focused. Can I ask for a different card? No, you cannot. This is your card. So it's fine. Don't panic. You can give an answer. You can make up the answer. So what should you do? Yeah, absolutely. Start visualizing. Hi, Manisha, jumping in late, but better late than never. Jeffrey says, is this an event? Yeah, ideas are kind of events. Absolutely. It's a little bit of a different one, Jeffrey. An idea is slightly different than an event, but the closest is an event. Yes, absolutely. Ahmed says, a coffee shop. I would like to open a coffee shop. Ahmed, that's a very clever answer because if you want to keep it simple and you want to get a high band score on IELTS, then you realize that, okay, I don't want to talk about some really complex, unique business idea because that just means trouble, okay? So here, first step is think about, so number one, what type of topic are you talking about here? This is an event, okay? Number two, and this is the important one here, focus on the topic, controlling idea, and think of an easy answer, okay? Here, if you think of a unique, complex business idea, you will get yourself in trouble. Okay, so don't do that. Don't start talking about some new type of machine that you want to develop to help people clean their rooftops, okay? Because that's going to get you into trouble, all right? Talking about unique ideas. So you want to keep it simple and something that's common, that's everyday, okay? So focus on the topic, the controlling idea. In this case, it's a business idea that you had, all right? What are some easy answers? Ahmed gave us one. So Ahmed gave us one. He said, well, an easy answer here is a coffee shop. Yeah, one that I thought of is a restaurant. Okay. Maybe here, I'll pay some homage to you, Jeffrey. A vegan restaurant or a vegetarian restaurant. Why did I think about vegetarian restaurant? Can anybody tell me why I said vegan or vegetarian restaurant? Why did I just say that? Why did I add that? What critical thinking am I using here that leads me to believe that talking about a vegetarian restaurant would be good? Okay. A vegan hot dog food stand, Jeffrey says maybe. Yeah. Naveen says running an educational website or a YouTube channel. Yeah, absolutely. Manisha says cue cards. I think that was a little bit more difficult. But why am I saying that? Yeah, Payami says, well, look at the third question. How can this idea impact people? Absolutely. So this question here, how can this idea impact people? If I think vegetarian restaurant, hey, it's a very easy answer to say a vegetarian restaurant serves healthy food, and that will have a positive effect on people. They will feel good about themselves, they will lose weight, and they will be happy and energetic. Okay, so right away, the vegetarian restaurant helps me answer this one very nicely and easily, okay? The restaurant is also good because of the fourth question. So the fourth question is, what do you or did you need to make this idea a reality? Most of us can think easily about what we need to create a restaurant. So let's write our notes right into this. It's a little bit different than what I usually do. So vegetarian restaurant. Okay. Where did this idea come from? So where did the idea of vegetarian restaurant come from? Where can that idea come from? Chore says, because there are many people that don't eat meat. Okay. Let's see. What else? Anybody? So maybe saw animals suffer at a slaughterhouse. Okay, that's where they kill animals to be processed for meat, as a slaughterhouse. Maybe that's what happened. Or maybe many friends and family are overweight. Okay. How can this impact people? Now, of course, you're writing this on your notes. It can help people be healthy and happy. It can reduce the amount of meat consumed in the community, therefore saving the environment. And what do I need to make this a reality? So let's talk about this last question. What do I need to make this dream business of a vegetarian restaurant a reality for people, or for myself? Okay. What do I need for this? Think quickly, keep it simple, visualize. Money. That's an easy one. Yeah. Amar Deep says collecting some money or gathering some funds. Yeah. So money. Start up. Capita. Money. Okay, good. What else? I need a good chef. Naveen says, hey, how can I do a good vegan restaurant if I don't have a good chef? Absolutely. Good chef. Cooks, kitchen staff. All right, that's why, again, it's a very good one. Farheen, what do I need? Vegetables, right? Vegetables. Absolutely. I need a good supplier. And other non-meat produce. That's right. So I'll need that. Ooh, Philip says, hey, why not even throw in an organic farm? Clever, Philip. A cob. Absolutely. If I had an organic farm, that would really boost sales and popularity. Prajim Lama, very nice. A good location. Amna says ambience, make people feel comfortable. So good location. Ambience would be good decoration, right? Keep it measurable, keep it tangible. Okay, very clever. Nice ideas, students. Nice ideas indeed. All right, lots of beautiful information there, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. Your challenge is use this information, use these questions, and write down and record a 2-minute response to this cue card. Then when you did that in an MP3 format, please send it to my email address, adrian@aehelp.com. I will listen to your recording or read your little script, and I will let you know what kind of a band score you would get. If I have time, I'll give you a hint or two about what you need to work on, and that will be some great homework practice for you. So again, write down your response, so collect those ideas from the notes that we just took, create a complete, full, interconnected response, record it on your phone or with another MP3 device, send it to me by email as an MP3, please, and then I will give you feedback about your score. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Beautiful participation today. Lots of people in class, lots of people commenting, interacting. That was great. That was fantastic. I'm super proud of all of you. Effort is key to success. For those of you that are putting in the needed effort, keep it up. You will reach your goals. Shanu, yes, you can send the answer to me in written form as well. Manisha, I'm glad that you accepted the challenge. You are most welcome, Amna. Yes, you can write it, Jubilant. Just like I said, you are very welcome. Maliha, everybody, have a wonderful rest of your day. Tomorrow, members, don't forget, members chat class, open style task 2 question. It's an important one, so make sure you're present. Everybody's welcome to watch. Members can chat. Bye for now. Have a beautiful rest of your day. New video coming out later today with a Brazilian student who scores an 8.5, so watch for that. Bye, everyone. Much love to all of you.